Justice delayed is justice denied. This quotation emphasizes the importance of delivering justice on time. When the justice is delayed, it loses its value and it left people without the remedy they deserve, and it also weakened the trust in the legal system. Jai Hind friends, the topic of my lecturate is Judicial System of India. Let's understand first what is judicial system. The judicial system is a network of courts responsible for the interpreting and applying the law. It helps resolve disputes, ensures justice, and maintains law and order in the society. In India, the judiciary operates as an individual entity and independently of the executive and the legislative branches of the government. So, if I talk about the structure of India's judicial system, it has a three-tier structure. At the apex, there is a Supreme Court with 34 section judges, including the CJI, which is Chief Justice of India, and Chief Justice of India is appointed by the President of India. At the second, we have high courts. There are 25 high courts across various states and union territories. There are various states which share a common court. For example, Andaman and Nicobar and West Bengal has a single high court, that is in Kolkata. And the third we have is subordinate courts. These include district courts and lower courts. As of July 2024, the Indian judiciary is grappling with a backlog of over 5 crore cases. In Supreme Court, there are approximately 70,000 cases pending, and in High Courts, the number is bigger, which is over 59 lakh cases pending. And in subordinate courts, the number is way higher than High Courts or Supreme Court, that is 4.5 crore cases pending. If I talk about the challenges that we face in India, the first is the backlog of cases that I have mentioned above. The second we have is the judicial vacancies. The large number of unfilled positions, especially in the high courts and the subordinate courts, contribute to this. And the third we have is the infrastructure. Many courts, particularly in rural areas, lack adequate infrastructure, which affect their efficiency. And the next we have is the corruption. Instances of corruption within the judiciary is very widespread. A recent example is the Pune car accident, where the accused, who was involved in the fatal accident, he received bail by writing an essay on the traffic rules. This incident sparked widespread outrage, and it spread concern about the fairness and integrity of the judicial process. There are also appointment delays. The process of appointing judges is very low, and because of that, the cases are pending in the Supreme Court or High Court or in subordinate courts. The government has taken many actions to improve the system. They have launched e-court initiative. They are filling vacancies regularly, and they are doing the infrastructure development. The government has launched initiatives to improve court infrastructure. And there is also a national judicial data grid system which tracks the cases pendency and the disposal areas, rates across the country, which provide a real-time data to help the managing the backlogs of the cases. In conclusion, the Indian judicial system, despite its strength, faces numerous challenges, and that require continuous efforts by the government, judiciary, and the citizens of the India, so that they can follow the law and ensure that justice is delivered fairly and promptly. Thank you.